All right. Actually got a decent amount of people in here. Let me guys know in the chat if you can hear me through my microphone. I've done live streaming before for some companies, just for some party emotes, woohoo! For some background. I work in the media industry, I guess. Very, very small. Oh, good, you guys can hear me. Very small media industry, and so I know how to run a live stream. That does not mean that I run them for myself on my own on my own stuff. Hey, Swizz Prime. Swizz, it is a great wallpaper. It's actually from Daniel Warren Johnson. He posted it back in July on his Twitter. It's a spray paint piece. I'm not sure if he did it or not, but it is. I just found it today, and I'm regretting not having used it for a video thumbnail just yet. Man, we got everybody in here. We got Swizz, we got Brushed Ranger in here. Man, look at this. We got everybody. Monkey Chip. Thing is popping off. Well, I will turn on my camera here in a second real quick. I want to check. Again, not too worried about the logistics of actually running the stream. It's just if my internet will handle it. I live in a more remote area, and so I do have Wi-Fi, but it's not the greatest. I mean, it gets the job done. It's definitely a downgrade from where I used to live. I used to have fiber, but as long as it's working. Hopefully I sound fine and don't sound too robotic. Although some people have said that my videos, I already sound pretty robotic, but that's just the way I sound, I guess. All right, let me pull up this here. Camping. Brush Ranger's out camping. Where are you camping, Ranger? Where are you at? Don't give me your exact location. No, we don't need to know that. but where are you in general? This man is out camping, probably in a beautiful place, and has got his device out watching a live stream. I do appreciate that, though. Calm versus robot. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try that. My other channel where I do gaming content, which I really don't do a whole lot anymore, I feel like was a little too high octane for myself, and so I try and calm it down. There's Brush Ranger's coordinates. Now I can figure out where he is. Now I asked because actually this Wednesday my wife and I are going on a vacation to Colorado to camp in the mountains with some friends. So camping is nice. Seeing the texture on the wallpaper soothes my brain. I love it. It is. It's such a wonderful piece of art. I'm actually, you know what, before we turn on this camera, I promise it's coming. I'm actually going to look this up real quick to see if he specifically said, if Daniel Warren Johnson specifically said if he made it, or if there was somebody else who made it for him. So let me check real quick. Make sure I have the chat up while I do this. This man is married. I am somehow, yes. Will you be making a face reveal? There are actually videos out there of my face. They're not too hard to find, just under different channel names. Favorite character? Who's your favorite Transformer? Oh my goodness. Who do you want to see appear in the Skybound comics? Oh man, I will answer all these questions, but really quickly, I need to make sure, I need to see if this image that we've got up is done by Daniel Warren Johnson or by somebody else. Let me see here. Let me look at it looks like he did it. He just posted it on July 15th saying Adventures in Spray Paint, and he doesn't look like he credits anybody, so I'm guessing that means that he is the creator of it. All right, let me look at these questions here. Let me look before we turn on that camera and look at my desk. We're going to answer some questions here. Let me read through these again. This man is married, question mark, yes, again, somehow. Favorite character, favorite Transformers character. Man, that's really tough. I think it really depends on the continuity. It's hard to pick a favorite overall and not have a favorite. I can tell you that when I was younger, when I was much, much younger, when I was a kid, my favorite was Depth Charge from Beast Wars, simply because I thought he had a cool voice. That was mainly the reason why. Still to this day, I've never owned a Depth Charge Beast Wars figure. That would be something that I'll probably look into getting at some point soon, is to finally have a Depth Charge on my shelf, or a third party. There's a lot of great third party ones out there. So, but it really depends on continuity. Congrats on having a wife. Thank you very much. Favorite Skybound Transformers character. Favorite Skybound Transformers character. Let me think. I'm looking around my room as if I have figures for every Skybound character. Astro Train is really doing it for me. I think he's a hilarious character in so many different ways, just because he's this huge guy, and yet he's being bested by Beachcomber, which is just hilarious. You know, shameless plug, but if original art is any interest, I just posted a video with some of George's current art. Very cool. Yes, the images. What inspired you to make Skybound videos? That is a great question. There's a lot of YouTubers out there. One of them specifically is the YouTuber Alt X Shift. He does videos primarily on Dune and Game of Thrones. I'm not a really big Game of Thrones guy. I don't dislike it. I just never got into it. But I watch his videos all the time. So I just really love his calming voice and just listening to him explain things or talk about it. So I'll watch his review videos on the new episodes of, I believe the show is called House of the Dragon. And I just love listening to him, you know. And I'm like, hey, I don't know who any of these characters are or what's going on. But it's just a great time. Oh, it's starting to rain. Oh, I did not expect that. It does not rain out here often. Let me know if you guys can hear the rain in the background. If you can, I apologize. There's not much I can do about it. Can't turn it off. When do you plan to do a video on the Cybertron games? And if or when you do, are you going to do each game separately or all in one video? I was going to say, if you guys can hear the rain, let me know if it's too loud. I will answer that Cybertron question here in just a second. Let me know if the rain is too loud. Please, because if so, I'll see what I can do about it. I can barely hear the rain. I'm at max with my headphones. Okay, great. It's pretty loud for me, but when do you, Spider-Man 11, Cybertron games, I've got good news for you. Later in the stream, we're going to do a little sneak preview, but I can confirm that the next video on this channel is going to be about the Cybertron games, and there will be separate videos for each game, but I cannot give any more information than that. So, let's see here. Do you live in New England? I do not. Can barely hear the rain good. The rain is calming. Have you seen footage of Transformers Reactivate gameplay? And if so, what do you think? Fantastic question. Thank you, Retro and Reissue. I have seen gameplay of it. It looks intriguing. My thoughts on that whole thing are actually in an upcoming video. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see. I know it's from what I remember, it's a free-to-play game. You know, there'll probably be a cash shop. So while the very early, I believe it's footage from 2020, while the footage looks great, I am very cautiously optimistic. Not just because it's a Transformers game, but because it's a video game. And I think with most video games, I've become cautiously optimistic just with everything. What are your top 3 pieces of Transformers media? Any books, games, movies, or shows? Skybound is definitely up there. I'll give you 3. I don't want to rank them in order, though, because I don't know. Skybound. Generation 1, I think, just because it's not just because it's a classic, but I do think it still holds up to this day, even if you look at it in a more if you look at Generation 1 a little bit more critically, you're like, wait, animation models are changing every frame. It still holds up as just a classic and a great. So Skybound, Generation 1, and for me, I have to say Prime. I know a lot of people, these days, it seems like Transformers Prime is kind of like, it's cool to hate on it or be like, it wasn't that great. And there's definitely problems with it, but it just meant so much to me. And I feel like, for me, watching Transformers Prime on TV when I was younger was kind of like, oh, Transformers can have some really big emotional beats. Not that there were pieces of content that did not have emotional beats before Transformers Prime, but for me, Prime was kind of that awakening call of, oh, wow. Introduce Sunstreaker in the Skybound series. How do you think he'd be portrayed? I think he should be portrayed just like he was in IDW. Kind of vain and in love with himself. So... okay, I'm going to continue to have chat up here on my monitor. I'm going to turn on my camera here. It's not going to be my face. Sorry, guys, but that's just the way it goes. Let me know if this is working. It's a little dark in this room. I'm going to go turn on an extra light. Let me know if you can see my desk. I see. Okay. Just installed some new lighting in my house, and this is very yellow, and I do not like how yellow this is, so I'm gonna see if I can throw a filter on this really quickly to make it not so yellow. Let me see here. Oh, effect filters. Here we go. Color correction. This is what I want. Again, I've used OBS plenty of times, but it has been a while. Oh my goodness. Color add. This is... whoa, that's not what we want. You know what, guys? We are just gonna keep it the way it is. I am not even gonna mess with it. It is okay. It's just gonna be a little yellow until I change the light bulb out. Anyways, 2 Optimuses. Yes. All right. Perfect. Let me catch up on some of these questions here. Let's see here. Have you seen Transformers 1? If so, 1 to 10, how good? I have not seen it yet. I am seeing it on September 14th. I had a chance to see it in August, but I would have had to drive about 5 hours to an early screening, and those are first come, first serve tickets. And I really didn't feel like driving that much for a chance to see the movie. So I have not. I will be seeing it the 14th of September, and I will have a video on the 15th. 15th is a Sunday. So probably Sunday afternoon, I will have a non-spoiler first thoughts of it. And I'm going to see the movie a few more times, and then maybe the month after, we'll see. I'll try and do a full review of it, if that's something that you guys are interested in. I love Transformers Prime. I wish they did a bit more with Cliffjumper. I agree. Like, make him a false protagonist. Like, have him being the main focus first episode and die at the end of the first episode. I totally agree with you, Spidey-Man. I'm watching Transformers 1 on September 14th, too. All right. See? That's the way to do it. That's the way to... I got to watch it 20th or 21st. Oh, good. I think for the most part, I feel like the community, the Transformers community, especially on YouTube, will be good with spoilers. I hope that there's nobody within the community that's going to be, in the thumbnail and title posting spoilers. That's a huge issue I have with games. The day a game comes out, if I can't play it super early in the morning, then I just won't even get on the internet, or especially on YouTube, because people will spoil it. But I feel like the community will be really good with not spoiling it. Have you seen Lego Transformers? I have, and I believe I have seen yours too. I am a Lego fan as well. So how many figures did you buy? That is a great question. That is actually what we're here for. So Well, we're here to celebrate 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. It's such very humbling to have so many people hit that subscribe button and to watch the videos. Again, I've run many YouTube channels before in the past. None of them have ever really blown up, which is totally fine. I just enjoy making content. And so to see this one continue to grow and to continue kind of keep up the pace that it's been keeping up has just been so humbling. So thank you guys so much. What Transformers figures have you collected? I started collecting Yellow Park. Those are some great figures. Been here since around 200. I know you have, Brushed. I know. But yes, what we're also here for is Q&A, again, as we're doing up on my monitor, which is just right up above here. And we're going to be messing around with some figures. The first figure, we're not going to mess around with him, is, yes, this is spoilers that Orion becomes Optimus Prime. Very good, effective. Is this figure here. It's a funny story with Earthrise Optimus Prime. I actually had this guy on pre-order for a while. I never got him. For reference, I stopped collecting right as the Prime Wars trilogy started. It's just time in my life. Wasn't collecting anymore. Just the way it goes. Financial reasons, many different reasons. And I stopped collecting. Prime Wars went on. Siege came out. Earthrise, all that looked great. Just didn't collect. So I always wanted an Earthrise Optimus Prime. Couldn't get him online. He was just so expensive. And finally, Entertainment Earth had, or no, it was Big Bad Toy Store had him for pre-order for the reissue. I pre-ordered him, and then the next day, Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime was announced. And I pre-ordered that, and I was kind of looking at the bank account and thought, you know, I don't really need to spend a lot of money on two Optimus Primes. So I canceled my pre-order for this guy, but then an eBay listing came up with a ton of Transformers figures, which we're going to look at here in a second. And this guy was in there, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to get this eBay listing. I ended up splitting the price with a buddy of mine who lives in London, and I'm going to ship him the figures he wants. And at the end of the day, I got this guy, so I'm really happy. This is a really great figure. Again, having never messed with him, I know he's a couple years old now, but he's a really solid figure. Brush Ranger says, thoughts on Cosmos just in general, and do you think he'll ever be in Skybound? I hope he's in Skybound. I want him to be used more often in Transformers media. Do you consider the Cybertron games and the Prime TV show in the same universe? I know they are supposed to be in the same continuity, but with stuff like Sideswipe and Grimlock, I don't know. That's a great question, Spidey Man. Yeah, I mean, they technically are. Some of the people at Hasbro had always said that the Cybertron games and Prime and all these, you know, aligned continuity things had to pass what they called a squint test. And so basically, if you squinted your eyes, they kind of lined up. When it comes to connecting them all, I think the trilogy of books, Exodus, Exiles, and I don't remember the last one's name. I think it was Retribution or something. I think they do a better job at connecting everything. But in my mind, I've kind of always seen them as, yeah, they're supposed to connect. They don't really. But I think they're all fantastic pieces of media. Thank you, Dumb Jake. Hey, Dumb Jake. Man, is that the Dumb Jake? Man, I love your content, man. Thank you for stopping by, Dumb Jake. And if you're not the real Dumb Jake, then thank you anyways. I'm sure you are. Do you collect Masterpiece figures? I do not. It's a little bit out of my price range. So let's see. Be careful on the legs with Prime. Mime snapped while you're trying to transform him. Gotcha. Can you get the Matrix out? Let's see. Not really. So, oh, there it is. So the guy I bought this from, and you can see that there's some strange orange stuff in here. The guy I bought this from actually had a lot of third-party pieces that he added to it. For instance, on the back, he had this backpack piece that was added on. And with this came an extra Matrix of Leadership that has a light in it, and you just use a little magnet to light it up. I have it in a bag mainly because it is fully corroded and it's super messy. I haven't messed with it yet. I might mess with it at some point, but for now I'm just going to keep the regular old Matrix here in Prime's chest. And actually, let's close this up. This will be interesting to figure out how we're going to do this camera because obviously standing Prime up, you guys cannot see him, but most of these figures over here are a little bit shorter than than Optimus Prime. Thanks, dude. I am, in fact, the real Dumb Jake. Hit me up if you ever want to come back. Kibble Podcast. I would love to talk Skybound with you. Thank you so much, Dumb Jake. And actually, I have not announced this yet, but I have a new series that will be coming out where I talk with Transformers creators. And Dumb Jake, I would love to have you on there. I hesitate to call it a podcast because the episodes are normally 20 minutes long. But thank you so much. I'll definitely hit you up. Definitely hit you up for that. Okay, let's take a look at this listing that I got on eBay. It was $200. It came with this guy, and I'm actually going to disconnect my camera here real quick, and we're just going to move it over, and we're just going to sort of see everything that came here. Not this guy. This guy did not come with it. But all of this stuff, and then there were a few more figures that I'm not going to be messing with that I will bring over into camera. Actually, let me do that right now. Let me just go grab these guys. These were all used figures, and let me say they're all very dusty and a little grimy, so they need to be cleaned. I need to clean these guys. No smell, though, which is always a plus. So these are the figures that I'm not going to be messing with today, and that's because, oof, Dumb Jake, my email is my YouTube bio, and also have an Instagram. Perfect. I will 100% hit you up. These are some figures that I'm not going to be messing with today, and that's because these are being shipped off to my very good friend who lives in England. We got Siege Springer and Six Shot. We have Astro Train. This is the reason I bought this whole lot, because my buddy has been looking for an Astro Train ever since Siege came out. He was never able to get one, and we kept finding him online for like $120, and it was just like, man, I don't know if it's worth that. Audio is only coming out of my left evil doer. Everybody else is the audio only left ear. If that's the case, then I will take a look into that. He does not have his coal mine attachment, the extra pieces, but that's not a huge deal for my friend. He really just kind of wanted the figure, not all of it. Yes, it's only left ear for me too. Okay, let me take a look here at OBS really quickly. I probably have it set to mono. Has it been left ear only this whole time? Just so I know. Yeah, audio is only coming out of left ear. Also can't hear the rain. Could you go record outside, please? Only left ear. Let me look at my microphone properties here real quick. Da-da. If any of you guys are more familiar with OBS than Advanced Audio Properties, that's probably what I'm looking for here. Mic. Interesting. Better now? Oh. Is it both now? I was going to say I haven't done anything. I just opened up my audio properties. Much better now. Okay, well, maybe it was the cord. You would think I would know. I went to school to become a trained audio engineer, and yet audio is still something I struggle with. But anyways, more figures I'm not going to be messing with. Sunstreaker, you can tell that I tried to transform it for my buddy, and this is where I gave up. These pieces obviously go backwards, and he just would not... He just wouldn't, and I really don't want to break him, so... really wonderful figure. When I originally saw him, I thought, yeah, I don't really care much for this guy. But he's really cool, but this is as far as I will transform him, because again, he's not mine. He's going to be shipped off. So let me get these guys out of the way now, real quick. That way we have some space. Oh, and Bumblebee, of course. I forgot about that guy. You use Streamlabs. OBS, haven't used OBS in a while. I will look into Streamlabs. Try lubricating Sunstream. Something else that's kind of funny is a couple of months before I got this eBay listing with my buddy, I tracked down a guy within my city, within my state actually, who was selling a Siege Thundercracker and Skywarp. And I paid about probably $140 for these two guys, and then he threw in a Legacy Scourge with it as well. And when I got these guys, I thought, you know, my buddy in England really wants these guys, but I'm not the hugest fan. I never had the mold. I'm not interested. Whatever. Well, I got these guys in hand. I need to ship them off to my buddy, and they're just so much fun. They're so dang fun, and I felt really bad that I was going to ship them off to my buddy. Not because he doesn't deserve them. He paid me for them, so they're his. But I really, really, really wanted to keep them, and so I was really sad that I had to let them go. But what was funny was that within this $200 eBay listing were 2 more. So I am very lucky, I know, very, very lucky to be able to put this on my desk. Mainly the Skywarps. I know Thundercracker is not as rare. 140, yes, it is a steep price. Again, it was 140 for both, and Scourge and one other figure I'm blanking on. So it was kind of a roped-in deal for 4 figures, 2 of these. So now your friend owns 2 of each. That is for sure. So these are actually really fun figures. I like them, and it's funny that I have these guys and I don't have a Starscream. So now I need to go off and get a Starscream. I'm not going to be messing with these guys today, though. I just wanted to show off these right here. I'm seeing double retro reissue. It's late here. It is late for you, I know. You need to get some sleep, man. You are 6 hours ahead of us. I have both Earthrise, Skywarp, and Thundercracker, but when I got him, Skywarp was missing one of his pins. Oh no. 140 for all 6. It was $140 that I bought these 2 guys for, as well as 2 other figures that I have on my shelf. Skywarp is so expensive because he is rare. Wasn't he a Amazon exclusive? Is that why he's so rare? And put Bumblebee up here, and we're gonna put Clipjumper up here. Also, before we start messing with these guys, I just want to say this Prime Changer, Optimus Prime from Transformers 1, has got to be one of my favorite toys of all time. He's just a fun toy. I know he's missing some articulation, like in his feet or his wrists, but he's just a fun toy, and that's I think that's what really matters. And he's got his little Energon axe, which is really cool. He's got some issues, like his wrists pop off super easily, but he's super fun. Does he have a matrix? So he does have a matrix. This Optimus Prime does have a matrix, and I'll actually show you. A part of the transformation is that this piece lifts up, which is really cool. It's really nice. And this gray panel is going to flip out. And there's some pieces of the robot mode, I'm not going to transform him, that kind of connect right here. Well, in the process of transforming him, and this is my fault for being a little too rough with him, I'm going to try and do this carefully. In the process of transforming him, and I don't know how well my camera is going to be able to capture this, you kind of see those 2 little nubs right there, right at the edge of my fingernail, my thumbnail. That's actually a part of the matrix. You can see here that the matrix is held not only in the center. Again, I apologize for the camera. I'm using my iPhone as a camera today, just because I don't have my gear, so I'm not sure how well it can focus. But you can see that the matrix plugs in not only here, but also on these sides. And so in doing that, when I was transforming him, I didn't really have the matrix in all the way, and because of that, the matrix broke, which, if I can pop this off, is not a very strong matrix of leadership since it broke. But again, it's almost kind of like half a matrix of leadership. But Brushed Ranger, I love the appreciation of detail when they show the matrix. I do. I really enjoy it too. He can hold it. Again, I just need to take some super glue and fix this. What is nice that is, even though it is broken, and I'm probably going to do this off camera here, you can still, oh no, I got it. You can still have the matrix kind of plug in, because again, it sort of plugs in up in this corner. So you have to be really careful when closing it. So I highly, highly recommend this figure as a fun desk toy. Just be careful with that matrix. He's just a lot of fun. He's just, you can just put him in a lot of cool poses. I say that, and I'm going to put him in some really dumb poses here. You know, he's just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. What's your favorite figure ever? Right now, it's probably going to be Studio Series Blaster. He's just a fun, chunky, blocky robot boy. You know, just great. All right, figures. Let's start. I'm gonna start with some figures here and just trying to transform them. I have transformed these guys all once into vehicle mode, but that does not mean that I really remember what to do. And I'm going to be doing this while looking up at the chat and also looking at myself over here. So we're going to see how poorly I transform these guys and if I break anything. So keep questions coming if you guys have questions, or just talk about something. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm here for you guys. So let's look here and see if there's any questions. Who are your favorite Skybound characters? Earlier I had mentioned that this is going to be so funny watching me trying to talk to you guys and transform something that I have no idea how to transform. This is going to be pretty funny. Favorite Skybound characters. I had mentioned before that Astro Train is a really fun character, and I really enjoy what they're doing with him. There's his arms. There hasn't been a whole lot of him yet, but I really love the fact that he's kind of this eternally rageful warrior, and yet he's being bested by, you know, a pacifist. That's been a lot of fun to see that. I think Daniel Warren Johnson's doing that. Optimus Prime, I feel like, is kind of a cop-out, but he's done so incredibly well as a character, and so I can't not pick Optimus Prime as one of my characters. Also be careful with Wheeljack. His front windshield that folds into his shins will break clear plastic. I got you. Actually, I believe mine pop off pretty easily, so I'm probably just going to pop those off. I did hear that was a problem with all these figures, is clear plastic. I was looking at one point into getting that Autobots Unite pack or something that comes with I think 5 different Autobot characters, and they have the blue windscreens, which would go with the 86 series characters. I'm still thinking about maybe getting that, but right now it's not necessary since I just got a bunch of them. Favorite character arc of anyone in IDW? Oh man, that's a tough one. I have a very strange relationship with IDW. I'm going to put these clear pieces off to the side, and I'm probably going to forget them. I have a very strange relationship with the IDW series. I think it has some of the highest highs of Transformers writing, and I also think it has some of the lowest lows of Transformers writings. And that's just my opinion. You know, you don't have to agree with me. But favorite character arcs, Drift. Drift is a great character, I think. IDW has its ups and downs for sure. It does. It's got a lot of awesome ideas, and then a lot of moments where you're like, what? What are we, you know, is this Transformers, or what are we doing? So, all right, I think we're getting somewhere, chat. Wrists are going to go out like this. And then, funny story with Wheeljack here. I was transforming, is that as far as that goes? Yes. I was transforming that Sunstreaker figure first, and I was having so much trouble with it, and I was getting very frustrated, and I thought, I just can't do this. This figure is just not meant for me to transform. And I picked up Wheeljack, not realizing that they're partial molds of each other. Or at least that they're very similar molds. They have a very similar waist rotation mechanic, and I was so scared. I thought, oh, I'll have to do this again. So hopefully that's how you transform him. Let's get this. Actually, I'm going to put it over on this shoulder right here. What are some characters that you want to see in Skybound? I'm praying that Grimlock and Bruticus appear at some point. That would be awesome. Chat, is he supposed to have an ankle tilt? I feel like he's supposed to have an ankle tilt. Am I just not? Oh, it's there. I'm just being scared. I don't want to break him. Some characters I would like to see in Skybound. Yes, Grimlock would be awesome. I know Daniel Warren Johnson, he's going to be writing up to 24 issues, and then he's done with the series. The series will continue on, but I know he said he just wants to do Generation 1. Grimlock is in G1. I don't know if he'd really get to him or not. I think characters like Prowl is one that I'd like to see, just because IDW Prowl is such a divisive character. Speaking of which, let's do Siege Prowl. Let me look here at the chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. This is hard, guys. Now I understand why it's hard for streamers to do something and read chat. My goodness. My goodness. Bruticus would be awesome to see in Skybound. We already have the Combaticons, so let them combine, please. Any Shockwave figures? Yes, we will get to him next. We'll do Shockwave next. Not bad. It made me really relate and understand Cosmos better when he quickly became one of my favorite characters after reading IDW. Yes. I don't recall Cosmos a lot from IDW 2005. I do know he had that special Valentine's Day issue in IDW 2019, but I don't recall exactly what it is. I don't really remember IDW 2019 that much, you know. IDW Prowl, I love all Autobots not being... I love not all Autobots being moral. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. I hope Ironhide and Menasor in the Skybound comics soon. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Ironhide. We haven't had Ironhide in the comics yet, so... Where's he going to be? I've heard that this Prowl figure can become very loose. In fact, my buddy in England asked that if this guy wasn't too loose, that if he could have the copy. And I originally said, hey, my copy's pretty loose, but now that I'm messing with him, he's not really loose, so he'll probably end up going to my buddy as well. So very simple. How many times did they use this mold, guys? Can somebody tell me that? How many times Hasbro, oh, this flips out, doesn't it? Hasbro ended up using this mold. Does this? Okay, this pops inside. Sorry, keeping it on camera and talking to you all. Life is so hard. I'm guessing that goes in there. My life is so hard. I have to play with Transformers while talking to an amazing group of people. Okay, give him his little dinky gun and his little light bar. Prowl's alt mode is really seen multiple times in Skybound comics so far. We just haven't seen him yet. You are correct. We have seen a lot of cop cars in Skybound. We just haven't seen Prowl show up yet. I'm sure that Daniel Warren Johnson is doing that on purpose to kind of be like, could that be Prowl? Could that be Prowl? You never know. I have barricaded his knees, get super loose. Yeah, I think for now, this guy's knees are fine, so I'll probably send this one off to my buddy. Who are your favorite Autobots and Decepticons of all time? That is a good question. Again, it kind of depends. I know this is a cop-out answer. It kind of depends on the continuity. If you give me a continuity to pick, I will pick for you. So not as many times as Sideswipe. Yes, I am aware of that too, that there are a lot of Sideswipes. Have I not finished his feet? Oh, okay, he does have heels. I was about to say, ooh. Is that how his heels work? That does not feel like it really wants to bend back that far. It feels wrong. Well, he does stand better, but that does not feel right at all. I'm just going to kind of put him there. I'll have to mess with him. It's truly hard lock knife for Transformers YouTubers, yes. You got to fold Prowl's feet like high heels. Oh, like high heels. Oh. Are they supposed to click? Are they supposed to just stay there like that? Gotcha. Okay, there we go. Thank you. What covers do you own of the Skybound comics? I actually don't own any of them individually. I own the volumes. I don't buy them individually. I purchase them digitally to read them, and then when the volumes come out, I purchase them that way. That's just space-wise. That way I don't have to collect each one. But I do wish that I could. I know the Cybertron eBay website sells them, and I might end up going back and getting some of them that I really, really enjoy and framing them. So, favorite in TF Prime, IDW, Fall, Cybertron games, and Papers, and G1. Sorry, probably a loaded question. Pick one of those, and I will give you my favorite characters. What's your biggest Transformers pet peeve? Mine's eye color, good or bad. Are you saying that you... What do you mean by that, Brushed Ranger, specifically about the eye color? Effective thoughts on IDW Shockwave. As we are transforming Shockwave, I'm going to get all these pieces off of him. IDW Shockwave is... He, you know, he's such a messy character, like so many of the characters in IDW. I don't know if I would call him a victim, but he is definitely a product of the society that that he allowed to exist. I sound like the Joker now. We live in a society. Don't quote me on that one. When do you think Skybound Transformers currently takes place? Everyone else has 80s looking cars, and RC is a modern day limbo. That's a really good question. I think Daniel Warren Johnson has specifically not said. Again, there's a lot of connections with, if you watch my my Sparky video, which is actually, I think, one of my, probably my least viewed videos. Well, no, the current Spike one, but that's just because it's newer. The Sparky video, I actually talk about that because there's obviously nods to the Vietnam War as well as the lunar space shuttle crash, which would probably then place the comics in the 80s. I think Daniel Warren Johnson has done a great job at kind of sort of saying that it's in the 80s, but also not. So my guess is that it's somewhere in the 80s, but he's specifically not put an exact time frame on it because that would probably lock him down. So, Rush Ranger, I don't like that red means evil or blue means good guy. I agree. I think the eye color should just depend. And that actually leads me to a question. And actually, again, I have not used the YouTube chat. I can do a poll. I'm actually going to ask this poll. Let me grab my keyboard here. We're going to do a poll here. What color, if I can type correctly. Let's do a poll here for Shockwave. What color should Shockwave's eye be? Red or yellow? I have a few, like Void Rivals 1 and the Jetfire variant cover, but for the most part I find owning floppies stressful. It's a lot nicer to have the issues on demand. I do agree with you, Dumb Jake. I do agree with you. That's also how I'm able to use them in my videos, but I do like having them on the shelf. I thought about waiting until they did those larger compendium, I don't even know if that's the correct term, where they collect a whole lot more comics rather than the 1-2, but I think I prefer having, you know, each variations of 6, you know, volume 1, volume 2, so on and so forth. I think that's better. Sorry, kids, drew me away, but I just want to say your TF videos have been amazing, and I love each character and study a person. Thank you, Carl. Thank you so much. Relationships are truly what make this the best TF media out there. I agree with you. I agree with you. Do I have a similar pet peeve, something that irks me? That is a good question. Let me look up at the poll. You guys are voting yellow, which is the correct answer. I'm going to move my microphone down here a little bit. That way I can actually see Shockwave as I'm transforming him. I'm pretty sure he has combiner war legs, if I recall correctly, which are kind of just flop out. Pet peeves in Transformers. I have some pet peeves with the fan base. Media, I think media-wise, I think in the past Transformers has done a poor job with its female characters. I think a lot of the times female characters in Transformers like RC or Alita and Chromia, their biggest quality is that they're a female, and I feel like that's such a missed opportunity, that there's so much more to them than just that, and I wish that that they would do more. I do feel like Skybound is doing a much better job at making them real characters rather than just, hey, this is the girl Transformer. It's like, okay, right, but they're more than that. They could be, you know, fully realized character. And so I think that's probably one of my pet peeves is when the female characters are just, you know, that's their standout attribution. They're female. Okay, you know. And I like Alita and Prime's relationship in the Siege trilogy. I do agree that is probably one of the things that I enjoy about Siege is their relationship. The yellows have it. Yellow eye for Shockwave. Very good, everybody. You got the right answer. That is the correct way. Who's your favorite character in Generation 1? Hoist. Hoist is my favorite character in Generation 1. I just love him so much. I'm a Yellow Eyes. Danny Warren John says that he doesn't like stories with a set specific era because it makes it hard for him to write, and also because he doesn't think it's that important. That is a good point. Very good point. Hey, how do you get... Hey, do you know how to get more Transformers Skybound issues? If you're just talking about where to get them, then you can actually get them. I'm pretty sure you can get them just straight from the Skybound website, if that's what you're asking. What do you think is the superior brother, Sideswipe or Sunstreaker? I'm gonna have to go Sideswipe just because I feel like he has a little more media to him. I'm gonna adjust my camera here a little bit. You're gonna see some of my screen, but that's just so you can see. Oh, hello. Come on. So you can see the characters a little bit more. And I'm gonna hop on my computer real quick. I'm gonna turn on this lamp over here to my side to see if I can get this room a little bit brighter. That is definitely not the color that I was wanting. Let's see, how does that look? That adds a little more blue over here. It's getting late out here, guys. I apologize. The only lighting that I have in my home currently is the ceiling fan, and the ceiling fan light bulb was yellow. Hopefully that's Yellow Eye. Hey, it's like he's talking. Correct answer. All right, we're gonna put him back there. Let me pull chat back up. I'm not missing chat. Let's catch up here. You cannot stand the evergreen design slunk. I understand that. They're there for a reason, but I understand that you don't really like them. So, what are your thoughts on Rescue Bots if you've seen it? Mike, the King Boss. That is a very good question. Actually, I have a video, I think it's next month, it's scheduled out a little bit, that talks about Rescue Bots. It actually, and again, I'm spoiling everything. It compares Rescue Bots to Siege. It's a video that I think, we'll see what people think about it. I think I definitely have, maybe not unique opinions, but I don't know if I'd say controversial, but I really like Rescue Bots. I think Rescue Bots is a good quality show. If you have kids, or you just want something, if you have kids, it's a great quality show. If you kind of want something just in the background as you work and not pay too much attention to it, then that's kind of how I watch it. But I do think it is a good show. Children's media does not get a pass on its quality just because it's for kids. You know, we say that all the time. Oh, it's a kids show. It's whatever. But no. Children's media should be treated with the same amount of respect and quality as anything else. You know, something's not inherently bad because it's made for children, and something's not inherently good because it's made for adults. So, but anyways, Shockwave's waist is backwards. Ah, you're right. You're right. We can't have that. Not on this channel. We're trying to keep it PG on this channel. Thank you so much. Is there any Starscream? If so, be careful, he'll squish you. Oh, no Starscream on the stream today. I do not want. I love Yellow Eye Prime like Marvel and Armada. If we were to get Sunstreaker... Oh, I am reading old chat. I am sorry, guys. Wait, no, I'm not. If we were to get Sunstreaker in any media, why do you think... who do you think he should be voiced by? My favorite Sideswipe VA is Travis Willingham. That is good. Delta Shockwave's spine is broken. Fix waist. Okay, we fixed it. Don't worry, guys. We put Shockwave's Red Rocket away. Don't worry, guys. We definitely put it away. let's do Mirage here. Mirage is coming to Earthspark from some of those, I don't know if I'd say leaks, some of those pictures we got that I did not realize that Earthspark was continuing. I thought Earthspark was over. I have not watched Earthspark, so I do not have any big topics to talk about it. I don't have anything to say about it. Sorry if you were looking for my opinions on Earthspark. I have not seen it. So Michael Bay Transformers is my favorite children's media. Hi Dark Matt, how are you? My favorite Sunstreaker VA is Swizz Prime. Ayo. That sounds good to me. Okay, I need to actually pay attention to actually trying to transform this guy rather than just... Okay, let's see here. Oh, I transformed him once. You would think I would know. Okay, there we go. I got it. You just got to find that point. I kind of remember this now. This is going to swing around. This guy swings around here. This. That's his foot. This goes like that. And that's his leg. Got it. Got it, got it. We will run another poll here in a second. I got some other questions for you guys. Once I very sloppily transform these guys. You guys are talking about Earthspark now. Opinions on Michael Bay films. I think they did a lot for the Transformers franchise. I enjoy watching some of them. They're not the greatest, but I don't think by any means they're the worst of Transformers media. They hold a special place in my heart because I was a kid when they were coming out. So, guys, look, it's Sunstreaker. He's all done. No, I'm joking. We'll get his head out. What's your favorite TF series you have seen? If we're talking about a TV show, I'm probably going to have to say Prime. It's not perfect. I think there are shows that do some of the concepts a little bit better and accomplish a little more, but Prime just holds such a special place in my heart. Oh, this technically goes up. Does the whole cannon go up on his shoulder, or is it just a little bit? Who knows? Congratulations on hitting 3K. Thank you so much. What do you think about Tarn? I really like the character of Tarn. He is an IDW character that will be getting his own video on the channel. I don't really cover IDW a whole lot, but he will be getting his own video, so don't worry. Season 1 of Earthspark was amazing. Haven't watched any Season 2, but apparently there was a massive drop-off in quality. I did hear that they changed... the people who were making... The animation studio had to be changed off to one overseas, I believe, so maybe that's what it is. But again, I have no idea. I haven't watched the show. So, what are your predictions for the next issue of Skybound Transformers? That's a good question. This is one of the third-party guns that came with this set. I want to talk about my predictions for the next Skybound issue, but I also don't want to spoil it for anybody. If retro reissue, if you're still in here, you shouldn't be. It's super late, being 6 hours ahead, and it's even late for me. Get out of here because, well, no, don't get out of here. I don't want to spoil anything for people who have not gone through Skybound, so I'm gonna try and keep it as spoiler free as I possibly can. We've seen some previews. This is so hard, guys, transforming and talking at the same time. We've seen some previews, and I'm very excited that Carly is going to get her moment to shine. Very excited for that. I actually don't know if I transformed Prowl correctly when I got him. He was a real struggle. I just had his arms down like this. I need to... So... Earthspark Cosmos is voiced by Weird Al. I did actually see that. I watched that clip. That was very fun. I was really, really excited. The second season of Earthspark literally demolished everything that was learned in the first season. I did hear that Starscream had some really good moments in Season 1 of Earthspark and that they were kind of undone by Season 2, so that's going to be interesting. I'm going to take Hound off camera here for a second so I can actually see. Oh my goodness. what I'm doing. Guys, we're going to come back to Hound at another point. He's just not working out for me. I'm going to have to do this off stream when I can actually... Hound is just going to stay there. There's Hound in his transformed mode. We'll come back to Hound another time. The fact that Tarn was in Cyberverse. Skybound seems very PG. Siege Hound, he was my first modern transformer. Awesome. You should check it out. Oh, Dumb Jake, you're talking about Earthspark. You should check it out. I feel like you would be able to make some great videos on it and a lot of unique ideas introduced into the franchise. I will admit, thank you, Dumb Jake. I will admit one of the reasons that I have not jumped into it yet is I know that there was so much back and forth with some of the decisions that Earthspark did with characters like Nightshade, which does not bother me at all that they made those decisions. I just haven't really been eager to jump into that conversation because I don't have, I don't have much to say. I don't have much experience in that area. But I probably will look at Earthspark some point soon, after this month is over, after we get through all the Transformers we have this month. Opinions on human characters. I'm not a fan of them, but I feel like Skybound humans are really good. I do agree. I think that Skybound does the human characters very good. You just gave Hound the Skybound treatment. Yes, I did. Hound has the exact same problem for me. His foot falling off during transformation. Looks like dead end from the side. Chad, what am I doing wrong here? Do these back flaps like pop open? Because I've got this. I know these are his legs, but again, having never had the figure when he first came out, what am I doing here? This obviously splits. Oh my goodness. What do I do? Do these pieces flip up? Help me out, guys. You have to save me. Oh man, you hear that creak? Show me the way. Open the back flaps. Okay, so it is these back flaps. This one is, I feel like this one is kind of, those back panels on the underside seem stuck, but they do flip out. Brother, let me tell you, they are stuck. Ah, there it goes. That was haunting. Ah, there we go. All right. There goes the leg. All right, let's get the foot out. Come on. I find if I was so giddy when these figures came in, because again, I never had them when they first came out. I was not collecting at the time, and it was just so funny to get the Sideswipe figure and be like, "This is so cool," and then realizing this figure has come out like 20 times for everybody else, and everybody already knows how to transform him, and I don't. I don't know how to transform him. I have to be taught, but that's fun. That's what's great about Transformers. That some of these toys, you can just always come back to. Dumb Jake Oversure Plus, talking about Nightshade tends to bring out really toxic side of Transformers fandom from my experience, but a bunch of other characters have in-depth as well. I think you could do. One of the reasons I am really excited to look into Earthspark is because of Tarantulas. Tarantulas is, oh, these probably fold in. Tarantulas is my favorite. Well, yeah, he is my favorite Beast Wars character. I know earlier I said that it was Depth Charge, but he's my favorite character. I love Tarantulas from IDW, so to see him being used in more mainline media seemed awesome. And also the voice actor that they got for him, Alfie, I'm blanking on his name. It just seemed like such a perfect fit. So that is something I'm super excited about when I look into Earthspark, is having Tarantulas have some screen time. Heard someone say they had a theory about Knockout actually letting Ratchet get away with getting that Valley to cause a distraction for his escape attempt. Transformers Prime, and his behavior seemed sus. Thought you broke it for a second. I thought I broke him for a second too. So stiff. Who's your favorite rescue bot? Mine's Heatwave or Blades. I really like Chase. I know he's kind of, you know, straight, but that Chase figure in Legacy, which I did not pick up, I saw it in stores and it's out of stores now, really looked fun. I need to track that down. You think Dead End would piss off Knockout for their similar styles? 100%. Knockout would be trying to kill him like crazy. Yes, Tarantulas episode was amazing. Nightshade was pretty cool in my opinion. This episode with Tarantulas was my favorite. Do you have combiners? I do not have any combiners. I do not. Let me see. What else is over here? We're going to do this guy. So this is Siege Megatron. And he does have repro labels or some type of stickers. Again, I bought these online. The guy who had this had a bunch of third-party pieces on it. I probably will not keep the repro labels on. They're really neat, but stickers are just not for me. So at some point, I may take these stickers off. I probably will. Knockout versus Dead End is something I'd pay money to see, like a pay-per-view boxing match. That would be awesome. That would be wonderful. Again, I find it so funny that the other Transformers on my shelves, I can pick up and transform with my eyes closed, and then I get these guys, and I'm like, what am I doing? If I just start pulling it apart, you know, maybe it'll work. So, hopefully I didn't break that. Hopefully this is somewhat entertaining. Oh my goodness. That noise is just so... Ugh. Do not like that noise at all. Something else that I find very funny is that the Siege Megatron mold is, I know it's used so much, and everybody's so sick and tired of it, but I never had it. And so when I got this guy, I was like, yes, finally, Siege Megatron. And everybody's like, we've seen Siege Megatron. This is the 17th time you've shown Siege Megatron off in class. Like that meme, but it is nice to have a Siege Megatron. I was originally thinking about getting the Fractured Friendship. Oh my goodness, so tight. 2-pack, because that Orion Pax just looks so godlike. But I ended up not getting it and thought, you know, I'll just hold off. So, who is your favorite version of Starscream, and what do you think of Transformers Armada Micron Legend? It sounds like you want me to say that my favorite Starscream is Armada, and he is definitely one of my favorites for sure. I really like Prime Starscream. I feel like they did his character right, his kind of, you know, sniveling, conniving horribleness very well. But I do think that Armada is probably one of the best iterations of him ever. So, who's your favorite combiner team? Mine is between the Aerial Bots and Stunticons. Probably the Combaticons, just because I love Onslaught. So, my biggest issue with Siege Megs is he's a bit stumpy. He does seem a little bit stumpy. What's your favorite video that you've made so far personally? Oh man, what is my favorite video that I've made so far? That is like picking a favorite child. Let me tell you, I'm actually going to rotate this. I think I'm skipping a step here. This all unfolds. My favorite video that I have made so far is a tough one because I've made so many that I'm super proud of. I think the one that I'm the most proud of is this one that's coming up later this week, which is, if you were here earlier, is a video on the War for Cybertron game. I think that's probably the one that I'm most proud of. This is not how this guy transforms. I can tell you that. Something's not right with this guy's backpack. Let me pull up my camera a little bit more, and you can see my screen a little bit. Chad, help me out here with Megatron as I answer these questions. What am I doing wrong with his backpack? It's close. It's close. Does this flip around the other way? Nope. You have to straighten out the curved parts on his treads. Sorry, I know I keep getting my my hands in the way. Oh, straighten out these parts? No, that's not right. Okay. This folds down. These fold in. Tab the black parts into the gray part. Okay, did that. Boom. This comes down. Ah! Oh, does this go inside? Oh, I think I see you guys. I think I see. Okay, let me take this off camera here so I can actually get close to it. I swear I've transformed a transformer before. I swear. I know you guys are probably thinking like, this guy's never touched a transformer before, has he? I have. I have. Boom. Boom. There we go. I got it. I was folding up the wrong piece. There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. One thing about this is that when I got this guy, again, he had some third-party pieces to him, and he had this kind of G1 extra barrel piece on top. I tried to pop that out. It was a 3D printed part. It had obviously never been sanded down, and so that is in there forever. He did come with... it's not standing very straight. Why is he wobbled like that? I messed up his legs? Huh. We'll just bend one of his legs. We'll put him in an action pose, that way you can... Oh my goodness, his head does that? That's a little disappointing. Yeah, action pose, he's doing something. Let me grab my bag of accessories here. Thinking about doing a stream playing War for Cybertron start to finish on legendary difficulty. I think that's a good idea. Should do that then, Jake. Should do that. Grab my... so this guy did come with a third-party Megatron cannon that is a lot bigger. The problem with it is that, again, it was never sanded down, and so if I plug this back into his arm, it's probably never going to come out unless I snap it off. So it's just going to stay to the side. I saw someone earlier talking about a mod where you can get Megatron's arm onto, I don't know if it was Siege Optimus Prime or onto Earthrise? Is that it? Yeah, Earthrise Optimus Prime. That would be cool if I could do that. Let me look here and catch up with chat. The part you straighten out earlier is the part you tab into the treads. Gotcha. Do you have any dream Transformers figures? That's a good question. A Legacy Depth Charge. That would be awesome. Love Depth Charge. Would love to get a Legacy version of him. Favorite figure from the haul so far? That is a good question. Honestly, I know it's a cop-out, but Earthrise Prime is just so good. He's just such a solid... I have a soft spot in my heart for just a chunky square robot, and Prime just does it for me. And so I'm really excited to see how awesome the Studio Series version is. Effective, what does third party mean? To my knowledge, it's just Transformers figures that are not made by Hasbro or Takara. What was your experience with your first time editing? That is a great question, Nostalgic Dude. Let me look at these other questions, because that's a long answer. Let me look at these others real quick. So you love Onslaught. How you like him to be characterized evil because he's doing what's right. I like Onslaught mainly because of the Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron game. I always picked his character class, and then to see him get some time in the story was awesome. I just like him being this kind of big, chunky, you know, beefy tactician. I just think he's awesome. And that universe toy, the Classics 2.0 Voyager Onslaught universe toy was one that I always wanted as a kid. I never got it. That's definitely probably a white whale for me, but I have no idea how much it costs now. Nostalgic Dude, I will get back to your comment here. I gotta go see you. See you, Dark Matt. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm really looking forward to seeing Megatron show up in Skybound. The 2024 special just gave me a glimpse of his personality, and I'm interested to see more. Yes, Jake, it's really cool to see Megatron kind of have that in Skybound, have that almost kind of honorable value to him when he's fighting his enemies that, you know, he asks them, hey, where's my arm? And the guy tells him, and he's like, thank you, you may live. It's really interesting to see, you know, that Decepticon culture. Knockout Starscream, best you can guess. Bet you can guess who my 2 favorite characters are. LOL. I think I can. Hello, give me $6. I do not have $6, Bobby. I apologize. Do you think Skybound will continue after issue 24? I think so, yeah. I mean, Void Rivals, Transformers, G.I. Joe. Yeah, I doubt with how well the comic is selling. It's like, it was I think it was the number 2 best-selling comic last month. I think it's number 5 right now. Please go look that up. Probably wrong. I doubt that they'll be stopping. Let me look here what other figures we got. But we're going to do... Oh, I'm going to have to reach pretty far away. Think Megatron is going to become the main villain of Skybound? Yes, I do. After issue 12, since that's kind of the first story arc that they're wrapping up. Give me $3.75. You're getting closer, Bobby. Are you happy they killed off Bumblebee and gave Cliffjumper the spotlight? I am happy they gave Cliffjumper the spotlight. I am very happy about that. Am I happy that Bumblebee is dead? I wouldn't say I'm happy. I was definitely surprised. But I'm not looking back going, man, where's Bumblebee? We need Bumblebee. I think we should just see where it goes. Nostalgic Dude, you asked a little while ago, what was your first experience with editing? And that is a great question because I have been editing for a very long time. It's technically what I do professionally. Good old Ironhide with this piece is popping off. It's technically what I do professionally. So I made videos with my older brothers. I have 2 older brothers. Made videos with them as a kid all the time. Never edited them. We recorded them on an old, well, it wasn't old, on a cassette player that would record to cassettes. So I'm not that young. I mean, I know what floppy disks are. I know how to use them in laser discs. It's not about age though. So we would always do that. We'd always make movies. I always loved and enjoyed making movies with them. Then my childhood friends ended up getting a camera for Christmas one year. A really horrible, old, crummy camera. Wow, that was the easiest one I've had. Man, I thought this guy would take a little bit longer. So then we started making videos there, and then I discovered iMovie on the iMac, and I started using iMovie. And using iMovie, do you need help transforming Ironhide? I think I figured it out. I think I figured it out. I started using iMovie and I started editing, just making simple cuts, and, you know, kind of learning continuity. And I really loved it. And I was like, oh man, this editing stuff is really cool. I should continue to do this. And I just kept doing it more and more and more. And then I ended up going to school to study film. I majored more towards documentary films, but I kept editing. I don't work as a video editor. I mean, so I have a full-time job working in a specific area where I do video editing. I do many other things too, though. And then as a freelancer, I do video editing jobs whenever I can. I'm pretty busy with my full-time job in this, that I don't have much time doing freelance editing much anymore. But yeah, that was kind of my first experience. I learned there's a fantastic book that I do not have with me here. If you are interested in editing, it is called In the Blink of an Eye by Walter Murch. Hands down, probably one of the greatest books about video editing. It just talks a lot about the theory and things like that. Fantastic book. If you're interested in video editing, I highly suggest that you go read it. I think you can tell that I'm a video editor and not a person who's used to being on camera, given this stream. But I feel like I've done pretty well. What is it? It's 8:11. We've been on here for about an hour, and I've gotten almost everything transformed, but the harder ones are coming up. Let me catch up with chat here. The chest is transformed wrong on Ironhide? If you want more Transformers, read Void Rivals. I also have a video about Void Rivals coming up. I do agree. Are you interested in other franchises like Jurassic Park and Godzilla? If you guys are talking about Ironhide's chest, let me know if it's transformed wrong. There's a clear plastic tag that swaps up. Oh, there's something else in there. Oh, does this go? No, that's not right. This isn't just left as a gaping hole. Inside the chest, there is a clear plastic tab that thwops in a wedge. What? I don't see anything here. You guys tricking me? Huh. For now, I'm going to leave him like that. He's going to have an empty chest. And I'll have to look that up later. What was the question? Oh, do I like other franchises like Jurassic Park and Godzilla? I like the original Jurassic Park movie. I watched that as a kid. 2 and 3 are, you know, they're fine. Jurassic World I never really got into. People enjoy those. That's fine. Godzilla I did not get into, but my brother is really into it, and so I kind of like checking in on that franchise every now and then with him. But yeah, there's other franchises that I really like. I'm a casual Star Wars enjoyer. I don't really get into the politics and everything that's going on with Star Wars these days, but I do enjoy a lightsaber swinging around. How's your day? It's good. It's doing good. It's been great with everybody showing up here. All right, now we're really gonna. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do another poll. We're gonna do a poll here between these two guys. Did you read the 40th anniversary Transformers Marvel comic issue? I have not. I have not. But speaking of Marvel comics, I know that Skybound is reprinting. Excuse me, is reprinting the, I believe it's the US comics. I don't know if it's the Marvel comics. And I do plan on getting those, that way I can reread them. I'm going to start a poll here. Transform. And I want you guys to let me know who should be transformed, Magnus or Galvatron. Please vote on that. I will check it here in a minute. I asked that, Nostalgic Dude, I asked that question because I've started stop motion, and other than getting better at animation, the biggest hurdle seems to be editing. But when I get around to it, I'm sure I'll learn quick enough. You will learn. And that's actually a really important part that I forgot to mention, Nostalgic Dude. In between me going to college and making movies with my friends, I actually ran a Lego channel, and I tried stop motion for years. I'm not great at stop motion. I don't have the patience. But I ran that channel for a long time, and I had fun with it. And again, it is really just jumping in there and just clicking buttons. What does this do? What does that do? And looking up tutorials. So that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing I always tell people who are getting into video editing or who really want to learn is it's not the program that makes the good edit. It's the editor. You can do amazing things with anything. Most of the, I would say a good 98% of what I do for my videos could be done in iMovie. And, you know, a lot of people look at iMovie as the, you know, the kids editor, but it's, no, you can do so much with it. Let's keep seeing here. Do you collect Legos? If so, what Legos do you collect? I do collect Legos. I don't collect them much anymore. I love castle themed stuff. I have them over there. Maybe in a stream in the future, I will move my camera over so we can look at them. What is Wheeljack's second favorite pastime? I don't know, Spidey Man. I'm a little afraid to ask, but let me know. Delta Triumph Bobby wants to hang out with me, and I have a Discord, but I don't want to send it because I feel shameless plugging. But is it fine? Yeah, it's totally fine. No worries about shameless plugging. I plug my videos in other people's Discords, as long as there's a little self-promotion section. Get it? All right, let's look at this poll. Magnus is winning. I think I'm going to end this. Thank you so much. I have transformed Magnus once. I haven't even touched this guy yet, so I have no clue what I would be doing with this guy. I mean, I know what he's supposed to look like, but thank you guys so much. I love self-promo. Yeah, self-promo is okay. Magnus is the one. This is Siege. Magnus, for those of you wondering, I really would love to get a copy of Studio Series Magnus, but as I told Retro and Reissue earlier today, I have a mortgage, and so I can't really afford to be spending money on the scalper cost of, oh my goodness, of the Studio Series. I'm trying to remember how this works. Again, having transformed this guy once, there we go. Hyped for TF1? I am. I'm very excited for TF1. I think it's going to be a fun time. It looks like it's going to be a fun movie for Transformers fans and non-Transformers fans. I'm seeing it on September 14th with my wife, and I will have a non-spoiler first impressions review. Man, this is tight. Up on September 15th. That is Sunday. That is a Sunday. Probably be like around 1 o'clock. Promo, you should like the stream and make sure friends and sub to Deltatron. Thank you so much, Brush Ranger. Also, that Magnus does require parts forming, yes. For some reason, he's really stuck, so we're probably just gonna... There you go. We'll work on that later. Get Magnus away from Shockwave. That's actually a really good point. Let's move Shock. I'm gonna put Shockwave over here face down, that way Magnus doesn't. Do you need help transforming him? I think I can transform this guy perfectly fine, but I do love it when you guys in the comments are like, no, do this, because, again, not only is it semi my first time doing it, whoa, I didn't know those were ratchets. I'm doing it behind the camera and all that, but, and again, these figures are a little messy. I'm sure you can see they're a little grimy and have some plastic issues. Flip this around if I recall. And then this slides up. Oh wait, let me pull the chest out here. Come on, there we go. Rip. Pop. Oh man, tight. Push the chest back. Arms down. Come on. You're almost there, Magnus. Almost there. Don't worry about it. Shockwave's not even here. And there's Ultra Magnus in his Optimus Prime. Legacy Cosmos is that much. He is very expensive. But yes, he is getting a reissue in January. I am also excited. I'm excited for the Cosmos reissue and the Tarn reissue because I did not get Tarn. I could get the Legacy Tarn in the 4-pack, but it's just, I would just prefer the kind of the base Tarn color. Lighter question this time, how's your day going? It's going really well. It's been a good Sunday. I'm off work tomorrow because it's Labor Day. And so I've got time to do this. So the trailer is his armor. Yes, it is. And we're going to do another poll here. Well, I was going to ask if we should put him in his armor. I am going to go ahead and put him in his armor. I really like the white Optimus Prime Ultra Magnus look, but I think it's only right that if we have Shockwave here that we put him in his armor as well. And I'm going to try and unplug all of this. What's a crossover you would love to see with Transformers? That is a great question. What is a crossover that I'd love to see with Transformers that they haven't already done? Well, I think they've been doing a lot of crossovers with Transformers and other franchises that were, you know, big hits when Transformers was rising in popularity, like with Jurassic Park, as well as they're doing that new Knight Rider set, which was, I was like, wait, hold on a second. They're doing Knight Rider with Transformers? It's crazy. Should we disown scalpers as TF fans? Oh man, you know, that's a hard one. They are, I would say they are still Transformers fans. I just think that they're fans of money a little bit more. That does not really want to peg in, but we're just going to leave it. There's Magnus with some big boxing gloves. Holy crap, it's raining so hard where I am. Maybe you're close to me. So now that you're transforming Ultra Magnus, what do you think of that ending in issue 11 with Ultra Magnus running away? If you haven't read issue 11, I think everybody here has. It was unexpected. I did not expect that to happen, but it makes sense that that is happening to Magnus. And I like the direction. I like that Optimus Prime is really facing some hard times with these characters. Guys, what am I doing wrong here? I like what they're doing with Ultra Magnus. This popped off perfectly fine, but this one will not. And I'm thinking it's obviously plugged in right here. What is going on? I'm nervous. I don't want to... Man, I don't want to destroy this. This crotch plate folds down and swivels around. Make sure you do that. Yes, sir, I will. Man, this is not going to come out. Monkey Chip Delta. Do you live near Texas? I do live near Texas. In fact, I live in Texas. A very remote part of Texas. Okay. Let's try this now. Get ready for a loud crunch. Oh, man. Fellas, this guy might be cooked. Oh, wait, there it is. It was the lower piece. Whoa! There we go. We got it. There we go. Man. Whew, look at that. That was very scary. I'm glad that worked out the way it worked out. That was worrying me a little bit. Let's see how does all this fold up. Boom, boom. Here, I'm going to put his leg in first here. Getting anxiety watching you transform some of these figures. That is totally fair. I totally get that. That is a fair critique of me for how I'm handling these guys. Boom. He exploded. He did explode. Just like he did in Skybound. No, I'm joking, guys. Does this fold around and then cover his leg like this? Or here, let me... Experience with this trailer reminds me of every time I transform Kingdom Tracks, he deserves better. I did hear that he had a lot of issues. He just got skinned alive, big difference. Obviously that does not fold in. Blue panels are supposed to, accordion, okay, yeah. I see this one folds in, and this one doesn't really seem to fold in any, like it stops there. It stops there. But obviously that folds. That's obviously not right. I may be bad at transforming figures, but... Oh, maybe. You know what? Yo, I'm gonna be... Oh, wait. Ah, there it is. I got it. I was just about to say that I'm gonna have to look up a Just Transform It video by MGO. But no. I got it. It just took me a few years. So this... Oh no, I've already forgotten. Boom. This is hilarious. I've already forgotten. Okay, I got it. Here we go. Like that. In and around. I got it, guys. Don't worry. Not that stupid. Guys, you gotta understand, I'm used to writing scripts about comics, not actually playing with toys. I'm joking. It's all love here. No hate. Okay, fold these up, and then these just are gonna... Oh, I think I got it backwards. These, I'm pretty sure just... Tell me if these just slide on or not, or if they... Oh, they just pop on, don't they? Yeah, there they go. I thought they slid on from the top. They slide on from the side. Boom. That's not a bad look for Magnus. Once again, gonna... Whoa, hey. Get to see my OBS back there. The reason I don't like the Trax figure is because of the unnecessary shell forming he does when the solution has already been made with every other Trax figure, especially his Masterpiece figure. Gotcha. I did have the... One of the old figures I used to have was... oh, you know what? I didn't push this down. This needs to go down. Was... Oh, I need to... Oh, you guys, I need to push the chest out. Don't I? One of the old figures that I used to have was the... And I can't think while I'm doing this. There we go. Got it. Was the Classics Wheeljack, which I know was reused for Trax. And I enjoyed that mold. So to hear that his newer mold was not as good sounds like a bit of a disappointment. Alright, there we go. I should be in better shape now. Here put his chest in. I keep forgetting. Come on. Come on, buddy. There we go. That. Place this, I'm pretty sure, just kind of... Whoops, this goes up. Too bad he doesn't have his cape. I'm sure they made a version that did come with his cape that totally disguised him in the Siege show. Down. There we go. That way nobody could see who he was. Let's put his cannons on. First thing I noticed about this Ultra Magnus when I got him was his legs. Not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. But you know what is the end of the world? It's putting these two guys together. Let's check the chat here. Where do you read the Energon comics? Online, on a website, or physical? I read them. I purchased them online from Skybound when they first released, and then I purchased the volumes from a local bookshop when those come out. So I'm excited. I believe November is when Volume 2 comes out. September 4th is actually when Void Rivals Volume 2 comes out, so I need to go and pick that up this week, if they have it. Did I transform this guy right, or is he wrong? He seems alright. If he's been transformed wrong, then it's because of Shockwave. Who do you think is the most unique Transformer? Punch, Counterpunch for me. He is pretty unique. I don't know. There's so many different characters to choose from when it comes to uniqueness. This obviously is not connected right, because every time I touch him, this is popping up. Does his chest not plug into anything? Oh, I see. These plug into his shoulders. There it is. Got it. There we go. Fixed it. I was about to say, is he just... I still do want the studio series of this guy. This guy is neat. I like him. I'm glad I have him, especially for the price. How cheap he was, considering. But I would... Ah, there goes Mirage. But I would like to have the studio series if he's ever not, you know, extremely expensive. The shoulder cannons are on the wrong shoulders, but I think it's a matter... Ah, okay. I got you. You can do them either side. I got you. Oh, to flip them down. Have you ever written any Transformers fan fiction? I have not. No. Okay, everybody. So the guys that we did not transform were Hound, because he just he decided to get skybounded. We also had Galvatron that we did not get to. I'm probably not going to do him tonight just because I have no idea what I'm going to be doing with him. And I honestly kind of just want to keep him in this way. And then the last figure, and I actually want to ask you guys some questions. I'm going to put Galvatron back here off to the side. The last figure I want to ask you guys about is Kingdom Commander Class Rodimus. I do have his trailer and all his accessories. It's in another box. But I have a question about him that I wasn't able to find out online. If any of you guys know this. His chest, is it just supposed to be loose like this? Does it plug in? Because when I'm messing with him, anytime I pick him up, his chest just whoop, pops up. And I'm wondering because if I open it up a little bit here, under here, I'm going to try and see if I can get this on camera. Again, I apologize. There's these little tabs here that swing out. These pieces are constantly falling off just like that. I've lost them so many times. And my question is, are they supposed to fold up under there? Because I feel like, is that really all there is to the chest? Does his chest not plug in? Because it's kind of flaps there. You know, there's just kind of this gap here. Am I missing a piece? You know, is it mistransformed? I haven't transformed him yet. This is just how he came. It plugs in. You have to force it back on that red center strut there. It explains. It's hard to explain through text. I don't know. I wish you could help me. Retro and Reissue 5. Hey, 5 pounds. Congrats on 3K subs. Go to bed now. Going to bed now. Keep talking Transformers. Thank you so much, Retro and Reissue. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that. That's so kind of you. Guys, if you have not subscribed or watched any of the content from Retro and Reissue, please go and do that. He's such a great content creator. He's one of the reasons why I made my channel. I just love his calming videos talking about Transformers figures. A spectacular YouTube creator. Dumb Jake, aha, I have this Rodimus. He's in a box right now, so I can't check, but I believe mine's chest is solid. Okay, alright. I have him as well. He's playing Transform. I need to find him somewhere where he ain't $100. I agree. Alright, so there's something that needs to be done here, obviously, some shifting. Again, I have not transformed him or messed with him at all, and I kind of want to be careful with him. I'm just noticing there's a lot of pieces that are a little flimsy on him. I think he's definitely aging. So I know that there's something up with him. I will definitely mess with him off stream. Again, it's a little hard to, but he is here. Dude is ugly. Can I just say that? He has got such an ugly mug. I am happy that I have this figure, but I would prefer to have the Studio Series Rodimus. And that guy seems like he's pretty expensive now too. So he is going to stay mistransformed for now. Look at a tutorial. Yeah, I will probably end up watching one of MGo's Just Transform It videos. That way I can... look at that. Monkey, you're right. Watch MGo's Just Transform It. I will, to see what's up with this guy. So I have 86 Hot Rod. He's pretty cool. Somebody inside of Swizz Prime's Discord, which is also a great place to go and talk to Transformers fans if you want another place, mentioned that his Studio Series 86 Rodimus... Hot Rod had that the paint on his face and his hips were chipping. It was like chipping off. Do you have that problem with yours? Wish they would release an IDW Rodimus. I agree. That would be awesome. Dealing with Unicron ages you like a presidential term. That is very true. This is not my entire Transformers collection. I want to mention that some people were asking for kind of a full view of it. I may do that at some point. I have some more guys over there. I've got Siege Optimus, Gamer Edition Optimus Prime and Megatron. I've got some YOLO Park figures as well as Studio Series Blaster, which I said is just such a wonderful figure. And Kingdom Pipes. I found Kingdom Pipes on sale recently. The paint on my copy's arms pipes were chipping off before I sold him. I have a listing of 86 Hot Rods saved on eBay, and I'm thinking of getting him. He seems like a fantastic figure. I heard that this figure is technically even better than him, that they just kind of up the ante with everything. But again, I can't really say anything right now because I have his chest mistransformed. And again, all these figures are very grimy and dusty because they're obviously display pieces. So I need to go through and clean them and probably tighten up some of their loose joints, like especially like Magnus. Give Ultra Magnus the T-pose he did in Kingdom. Say less, King. Say less. See, you have Earthrise Bumblebee I recently picked up. 86B. I think he's such an upgrade. He is such an upgrade there. And you know what? Actually, I also have 86B over on my shelf. I'm not going to transform this guy today. This guy is actually really cool. I really enjoy him. I love the mold for Cliffjumper. I did not think I would like this guy, but he is actually a lot of fun. But I do think that Studio Series 86B is just a little bit better. I think he's just a little bit better. So, Mike, I gotta go, but congratulations on 3K subscribers. You deserve it. Can't wait for the Rescue Bots video. Have a great night. Thank you. You have a great night too. Thank you for popping in. What's your favorite figure that you have here? I don't know. Ultra Magnus doing the T-poses. It's pretty iconic. My favorite figure, again, it's kind of Earthrise Optimus Prime. I'm gonna take him out of the listing just because that feels kind of like a cheap answer because he's Earthrise Optimus Prime. But other than him, man, Wheeljack is close. Wheeljack is really close, but there's just some things about him that just quite don't do it for me. His arms are a little strange. Prowl is all right. He's very simple. I'm probably gonna again pass on him. Mirage is okay. I think Mirage is fun. Sideswipe is a good, you know, he's just a good, like I say, I love a good chunky, blocky robot. So he's probably going to take a very close #1 spot here. It's just a chunk, you know, I just love that. Ultra Magnus is definitely a chunk too, but he's more like a paperweight chunk, you know. Was this the greatest moment in Kingdom? Was when he T-posed? I think so. So, please stand up. I never expected to enjoy such a small figure, but he's genuinely so much fun to fidget with when I'm bored at my desk. I think you're talking about Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. He is such a fun character to mess around with. What I wouldn't give for a Legacy United TFA Cosmos figure, that would be awesome. Did you get Rodimus as well? Siege Magnus is okay. I did get Rodimus. We were talking about him, Swizz, a little bit earlier. I do not have his chest transformed. I did not transform him out of the box. This is how he came. But I'm going to look up one of MGo's videos to figure out how to fix the chest correctly rather than do it on stream and possibly break him because some of his pieces are really loose. And seeing how expensive he goes for now, I don't really want to mess him up too much. I just kind of want to let him sit here. He does have his trailer and all the blast effect parts, which is great for me because I know blast effects were kind of over him. But I never had any blast effects, so to finally be able to get some, it's just fun to mess around with. These figures were all bangers when they came out. Definitely the start of the best era of Transformers figure, in my opinion. I will agree with you, Dumb Jake. I do think this is the best golden age of Transformers figures. The one right behind it, and this is totally just personally my bias, is the Revenge of the Fallen, Hunt for the Decepticons, and Reveal the Shield. I kind of put those together. For me, when I was younger, that was my golden age of Transformers. I was enamored by every figure, and I still think a lot of those figures hold up today. But I do believe that Siege, and still today into Legacy, is definitely a golden age of Transformers toys, the new standard. Have you seen the alt gun mode for Siege Mags? I have not. I need to look that up. What do you think of Hot Rod's modern day alt mode should be? I think he's totally fine being the car he is. Gotta go. See you, Delta. Congratulations on 3K. Thank you so much. Classics is amazing. Yes, yeah, I did. I had actually a fond memory. I had what was it? Classics Dinobot, Deluxe Classic Dinobot. I had that figure and I love that guy. He was so much fun. Yeah, not the most accurate, but that's fine. I got 86 Hot Rod for like $20 and he usually goes for hundreds. Never realized how lucky I am. You are very lucky, my friend. Yes. Which figures do you want the most for your collection? When it comes to older figures, that I have no idea the price on. I would need to check the price. Beast Wars Depth Charge is one. I love Depth Charge. For some reason, as a kid, I really liked him. I don't relate to him at all, but I really liked him. So that's definitely an older figure that I really want to get. Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus I want to get, but again, he's just so expensive. Same with Hot Rod. It's just a little bit too much money for me to justify on a figure. Those are the two that really pop up into my head right away. Yeah, those lines are really creative and fun. Animated is my favorite line. After current day, really impressed by the way they made the figures. Sorry, I have to move Megatron here so I can see your comment. So accurate despite the size issue. Yes, animated. I didn't collect a lot of animated figures when I was a kid. I had a few. I had Prowl, Lockdown. I think I had Cybertronian Megatron. I did have the Samurai Prowl. I remember my dad got that for me for my birthday one year. Super excited for that when I got that. But yeah, animated had like really accurate figures. It was awesome. That they were almost like the Studio Series before Studio Series. I just realized that I put all these guys right in front of the chat window to where I can't read, so we're gonna move them over here. I hope Depth Charge gets a legacy figure like Inferno. I hope so too. Do you know a good secondhand toy store near you? That's where I get my best figures from usually. If you're in the Texas area, I do not live near San Antonio, but I travel to San Antonio every now and then. There is a toy store there called, I believe it's called Buddy's Toys. Buddy's Collectibles, maybe? The guy who runs the shop is amazing. I bought my Siege Optimus Prime from there. He's such a nice guy. He's always got a lot of good rotation in. Just a really awesome place. There's actually a lot of toy stores in San Antonio, Texas, so I would highly recommend. If you're ever in that area, look him up. I'm pretty sure it's called Buddy's Toys or Buddy's Collectibles. Awesome place. Depth Charge is my second favorite character in the Beast Wars. Have you thought about upgrade kits for your figures? I have. In fact, I have an upgrade kit on my Legacy Tarantulas to kind of fill in the gaps on his legs. And again, this Earthrise Optimus over here, if I grab him, came with one. He's got this extra backpack piece, and Megatron had some of these guys had extra guns. Optimus again has that light up matrix that I don't have in there right now. I think they're cool, and when I get a figure, if they've got some major issues that I really struggle with, then I will get an upgrade kit. But for the most part, I don't normally go out of my way to buy upgrade kits. They've kind of become really expensive too. I live in San Antonio. I go to Buddy's Toys. That's what it's, Buddy's Toys. Awesome. Base Truth, they're awesome. Great place. Love the guy there. Such an amazing guy. But yes, this was I was very lucky to get this haul. Again, half of it is being split with my buddy in England. He's getting those Seekers, and who else do I have? Springer, Six Shot, Sunstreaker, Astro Train, and he's also getting this Bumblebee back here. Delta, if you ever go to Houston, you should visit Misfit Toys. I have been to Misfit Toys, but it was not at the time that I was collecting Transformers. So I do need to go there. I was there not too long ago for a work trip, but I was working, so I couldn't go there. Again, this upcoming weekend, I'm going to Denver, Colorado for a camping trip, and I may take a peek around to see if there's any toy stores there, if you guys know of anyone. I know there's a toy store around Denver that has a Siege Starscream for about $30, which I wouldn't mind paying. I don't know if he's worth that or not, but to have all three Siege Seekers would be really fun. I totally forgot to show you guys all the accessories that came with these figures. Basically, everybody came with their weapon. I'm probably not going to pull all these out. Everybody came with their weapons. Nothing was really missing. Again, Astro Train was missing his coal cart, but whatever. This was I have no idea if this is this was the Matrix that came with Optimus Prime that can light up. The back of it has a very corroded battery, and I'm guessing this is just a little magnet that lights it up. I'll probably look at fixing that at some point. What I really want to see is oh yeah. Yeah, now he's got two Matrixes. Actually, you know what? That's a little bit better. So, what's your job, Delta, if comfortable sharing? I will say that I work in, what can I say? I do a lot of different things. I work at a very small company, very blessed to have my job, and I do a lot of, we're a nonprofit. I work for a nonprofit, I'll say that. So, you ever go thrifting? My wife goes thrifting all the time. And I always tell her, hey, if you see a Transformer, let me know. I don't think she ever looks, but that's okay. But yes, thrifting is fun. Very fun. Denny Lewis, I'm late, but I made it. Don't worry. This will stay up on the channel. You can go through and watch it. We just got done transforming most of these characters, talking about some of our favorite characters and whatnot. It's getting pretty late. We're almost at 2 hours now on the stream. I'm going to end it here soon, but I'm going to stay on probably for another 10 minutes to continue on, so don't worry. I'm trying to think of what else we can do here. I'm going to move Magnus off to the side here. A bunch of Shockwave parts over here. This is another, oh man, piece that I'm going to have to find a place for that I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. Is oh my goodness, this thing is huge. Where am I gonna store this thing and this thing? It's ridiculous. You know what I will do? Let me put these guys to the side here. Make sure that Shockwave is not anywhere near Ultra Magnus. And I know I have OBS up. You can even see OBS. And actually, rather than doing what I was about to do, what I will do is, well, let me pull this off to the side. I don't want to spoil anything here. I'm going to rotate this camera down a little bit. That way you guys can't see the screen. I want to show you guys a little sneak preview. What's your favorite Transformers continuity? Skybound is really doing it for me as one of my favorites. Do you plan on doing any other types of content other than video essays? Yes, actually, I have a new show that is coming later this September that's going to focus on talking with Transformers creators. Hopefully we can get Dumb Jake on the show. He just offered me to be on his podcast. Thank you so much. I'm going to pull up my YouTube studio here. Excuse me while you guys here. We'll have you, who do we want to have you guys look at? Here, we'll have you look at Shockwave. We'll do what happened with Shockwave earlier. He's a little excited. Content. We're gonna pull this up. I wanna make sure I'm not showing off anything that should not be shown off. I think I will be okay showing that off. But yes, there is other types of content other than video essays. All right, Shockwave. That's enough. Like I said, hit me up. Even just a chat. Always like making friends. Also making videos. Thank you, Tim Jake. Really enjoy your content. Shockwave, put your thing away. Shockwave got a little too excited. Okay, I am going to mess around with my OBS here. That way we can share my screen. That way we can get a little preview of what's coming on. I forgot to add it into my deck, into my sources, so please bear with me while I click on the buttons. I promise next time, whoa, hey, there you go. You guys get to see some of my screen. I'm gonna do window capture. My window capture immediately went to my Wi-Fi for some reason. That's very strange. And let's go to... Again, I apologize, everybody, for the unprofessionalism that we're doing right here. There we go. Okay, obviously this is not scaled correctly, so I'm gonna... Oh, it's so unprofessional, guys. And he calls himself a professional video editor. I know. Okay, this isn't even gonna fit in my frame just because of how big my my monitor is. This is very unprofessional, guys, but thank you for dealing with me. PG stream, huh? Yes, you are right. Do you mind if I message you on Discord sometimes? Always good to talk to other Transformers. Of course, of course. I know you're in the Swizz Prime Discord as well. Send me a friend request. Let's talk to all of you guys. It's PG as long as youngins don't know what's really going on. That's true. So again, I apologize for this screen not taking up the full size. Discord DM's intrigued eyebrow. You can still see some of the stuff back here. But yeah, here's that awesome artwork by Daniel Warren Johnson. And then I wanted to switch over here and let me get the chat up so I can see what you guys are saying. So today's September 1st, and I'm very excited that on September, let me make this full screen, that on September 4th, oh hey, now this is going to fit. Look at that. There we go, guys. That's a little bit better. Great post. I just found this today. But on September 4th, which is coming up, it's going to be this Wednesday, we do have one of my biggest videos together, and that is the video on Transformers War for Cybertron. So very excited for this. It's about 27 minutes long. It's got chapters and everything. And oh wow, chapters. Very exciting, I guess. Very exciting to have this video go up. This is a video I was actually working on even before I started the channel. And so very excited to have this finally go live to kind of tell my story with this game and how much it means to me. At the moment, I do not have any word on a Fall Cybertron video. I will probably do one, but I have no time frame for that. I can't promise that at any point. It's I'm sure it'll come at some point, but it's almost kind of perfect timing because the War for Cybertron Fall Cybertron game seems to be in the media a lot. Love the thumbnail. Thank you so much. I try and keep my thumbnails very clean and kind of within the same design language, even if they're different continuities and different things like that. I'm just gonna pick apart Prowl as I talk here. Killing him. But yes, very excited for that video. A lot of work has been put into it, and I'm really excited to see what people think of my thoughts on that video. So that is coming out next, or no wait, this week. My goodness, I don't even know my own schedule. It's coming out this week. Do you see that Microsoft might be working on remastered War for Cybertron and Fall Cybertron? I did see that. I'm very excited to see. Even if it's not a remaster, and we just get the games back online again, I'm totally fine with that. I own Fall of Cybertron on the PlayStation Store, so I'm able to play it on PlayStation 5. I'm very lucky for that, but it would be nice just to have the games overall, come back to everybody. I've definitely noticed an uptick in videos on War for Cybertron Fall Cybertron. You are right. Yes, this video I finished. Let me look here. When did I upload it? Almost 3 weeks ago now, and I scheduled it out. So it's kind of inadvertently good timing on my part that everybody's talking about it again. So hopefully that'll definitely help kind of push it through the YouTube algorithm and get some more viewers to watch the channel, because I'm always excited to get new viewers and more people watching the content. Can I get your Discord DM Delta, or maybe the server you're in with Swizz or something? Sure, if any of you guys want, my Discord handle is the Backburner. Actually, you know what? Let me look it up here to make sure that I have it correct. I have streamer mode enabled. If you can't find me just based off of the Backburner, the _Backburner, then just join Swizz Prime's Discord. It's in his YouTube, on his YouTube channel. I'm in there. I'm pretty active. I'll be talking. Chat. Does Prowl's arms not? Is that really all that they do? They don't really click in. They just kind of sit there. Is that all they do? So that's a little disappointing. Come on. Not Prowl. Hound. My bad. I know who this is. Hound. My bad. I've been sailing the seven seas and playing Fall of Cybertron multiplayer. It's so much fun. I need to do that. I do not currently own a PC to play games on. That is something that I am looking at doing in the future, is purchasing a PC. Again, I used to have one, but I would definitely like to do that. I have the original Fall of Cybertron release on PlayStation 3. I plan to get War for Cybertron soon, too. They're pretty expensive to buy a hard copy on eBay now. I'm excited to see your video and do some justice for one of my favorite games of all time. Thank you so much. Something that I do explain in the video that I'll mention here is I think it's 100% okay to love something and praise something unabashedly, even if it has issues, as long as you are honest with yourself to say, I know this is not a perfect product, but for me, I love it, you know, and that's what War for Cybertron is for me. I know it's not a perfect product, but for me now and for me when I was a kid, it was kind of the perfect thing. So you know, it's okay, I think, to call things that, as long as you're honest with yourself and with other people to say, yeah, it's not perfect, but it was perfect for me. Hound made it, everybody. He survived, and he's the new Prime, apparently. Optimus Prime does not even stand a chance. Would love to see a third game. I cannot get this Matrix out. Would love to see a third game in the War for Cybertron game series. Technically, we got one with, you know, Rise of the Dark Spark, but we're not going to talk about that. The main issue with War for Cybertron is something the game had in the early 2000s. Grayness. Yes, that's actually, there's a whole chapter dedicated to that in my video. The graphics being gray. But again, if you play it on PC now, then you can get that reshader mod. Rise of the Who? We don't talk about that. I agree. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been such a great experience. I've never done a live stream on the channel. Just seeing so many people, when I started putting the live stream together, it said 7 people waiting, and I was like, 7? Man, I thought there was going to be like one person waiting. But just to see so many of you, and so many of you that stayed on, thank you guys so much. Thank you for 3K subscribers. Thank you for helping me transform these figures. Putting up with the yellow lighting in my Moonbase 3. Oh man, Moonbase 3. I was just saying goodnight to everybody. Missed most of the stream, unfortunately, but congrats on 3K subs. You deserve it. Moonbase, I would love to have you on the channel. Hit me up if you can in Discord. Everybody hit me up if you want to. _backburner. Please hit me up so I can chat with you. I'd love to make a video with you. But no, thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Again, first time I've done a stream on the channel. It's just been so humbling to see the support that you guys have been showing me, and everybody's showing up here, helping me transform these guys, letting me know that Shockwave's Red Rocket was pointing out, doing the T-pose with Magnus. This is definitely something that we're going to do in the future. I think this has proved to be a great success. We're going to do a stream sometime in the future, maybe next month. I'll have all these issues fixed, better camera setup, better lighting setup. Maybe the rain could be a little bit louder so we could be a little more chill. But I think this is what I'm going to leave with you guys, and this is the future of Transformers. Optimus Prime has lost the Matrix to Hound, and Shockwave is chilling in the background so much. So, who are your favorite Decepticons and Autobots from Fall of Cybertron? Favorite Autobot is probably Jetfire, and favorite Decepticon is probably Onslaught. Everybody's saying congrats. Thank you so much, guys. Stream was fun. More in the future would be great. Would love to see Fall of Cybertron stream. I may do that. I probably will do that. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Dumb Jake, Moonbase is the GOAT. Man, both you guys are the GOAT. Seeing you guys here chatting with me is awesome. You guys are some of the reasons. All you guys are the reasons why I make videos for you guys. So congrats on 3K subs, and thanks for letting us have a fun time with you. Thank you guys again for helping me transform these guys. Thank you guys so much. Everybody have a good night. Have a good Labor Day weekend. If you're off work tomorrow on Monday, then spend some time with the Transformers, you know, and remember that Optimus Prime apparently is not the leader of the Autobots anymore. It's Hound. Thank you guys so much, and remember, September 4th, that new video is coming out. There'll be a teaser on September 3rd. Really, really excited for that, and then we're going straight into Transformers 1. Lots of videos. Thank you guys so much for joining. Going to be ending the stream. Good night, everybody. Again, thank you so much.